All right, guys. Great win. Great win. You know, we protected our home court, and that's our goal at home, is to always protect our home court. We shot the ball really, really well in the first half. And, you know, I thought we did a great job on Wilcox, which was our goal. We were trying to shut him down. He averages 18 a game, and we held him to 8. And they came back, and we struggled a little bit against the zone, but we were able to overcome it. And at the end of the day, we got the W. So that's all that matters. And different guys have stepped up in different times, and I'm definitely excited about the win.
How nervous were you when Gio picked up those 3 quick fouls, including his 4th? And
you know, I was a little nervous, but you know, he was in foul trouble in the UCLA game, and you know, I was confident in Chaz. Chaz came in and played with a lot of poise. He took care of the basketball. He hit 2 big threes, and you know, Chaz hasn't gotten the minutes, but you know, if you remember earlier in the season, he was playing a lot. Actually, played a lot in the Stanford game. So I knew that he could do the job, and we were just kind of figuring out when exactly we should put Gio back in, and we put Gio in, I think, 5 or 6 minute mark. And
what was your mindset when you were going to put Gio in any particular?
It was just kind of on feel. I mean, the assistants thought that, you know, it was a little early, but I just kind of went with it and stuff. And you know, Gio is smart and can play with foul trouble, and he did a great job with that. And but those minutes that Chaz gave us were so big, so important, and he handled their pressure. He didn't turn it over, and he made shots.
How important is Wise in those spots too? It seems like a guy you can play through when you don't have a real point guard.
He's important. I mean, he's like we talked about before, like that point forward on the floor. He's a guy that can really facilitate. He doesn't turn it over. You can go to him and isolate him on the block and get you a basket or get you a foul. But we ran a lot of two-man's game at the end of the game with him and Gio, and it's kind of like having, you know, 2 ball handlers and 2 passers that work together in different positions. He's real important, real important to what we do.
A month ago, free throw shooting was a weakness of this team. Now you're 14 of 15. What's the difference in the game? How do you explain the same guys all of a sudden?
We've been shooting a lot more at practice. We do a thing at practice called pressure free throws between every segment of practice that we do. So like every 5 or 10 minutes, a guy has to step up and make a free throw, and if he misses the free throw, the whole team runs. You know, I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but guys are playing with confidence, and they're feeling good, and you know, they're stepping up to the line and making them when they count. And you know, that was a big part. If you look at tonight, I think we go 14 for 15, and they go 4 for 14, and that was a huge advantage for us.
This team has been noted more for starting out slowly and having to fight back. Tonight, you guys went out to a 19-point lead pretty early. What was the difference in the start tonight?
You know, we were getting out in the open court and playing free. We were pushing the ball, and we were getting looks, and it just kind of comes back to what we said 4 weeks ago, and just kind of letting the guys play a little bit more, and if you have an open shot, take it. You know, we did have some turnovers. We did push a little bit. We tried to throw a couple lobs we didn't get. But over the course of the game, I think playing like that gives us more production offensively. So it's a little bit give and take, and I thought the defense was tremendous, and I thought our coaches did a really good job with that too, and keeping a good balance and being able to guard them.
So you can accept a couple of turnovers and maybe a missed shot or 2 when you're playing fast?
Well, you don't ever want any turnovers, but you know, when you play at that pace, you're going to be a little more prone to potentially turn it over. But you're also going to be prone to, you know, guys playing a little more free and being able to make shots and you know, getting to the line, and obviously, you know, that's working right now.
How much different did Washington, or the matchups with them having a true center versus some of the other teams you've been playing with smaller guys?
I mean, it was totally different, you know, because they had really 2 inside guys. They had Njai, and they also had Kemp. So they had 2 big guys that they played together. And so we had to make a decision. Obviously, Ewise is a bit of an undersized 4 defensively, but then we flipped it around and said, how are they going to guard us? And so he was able to, you know, I think do a good job. They put Simmons in there, and they went smaller. It was a different game plan because you had to really respect his post presence in there and his ability to score. And you also had to defend the perimeter players, which I thought we did a tremendous job. I think Suggs still had a pretty good game. But our goal is if we were able to prevent one of those 3 guys from getting going, which we did with Wilcox, that we'd have a chance. But they're a very, very good team. You know, it was our night. We were making shots. I mean, they've been, you know, the premier of this league for a long time. If you look at just what they've done with tournaments, conference tournaments, moving guys on to the NBA, and I mean, this is definitely a very, very, very impressive win for our guys.
With Cal beating Arizona today, and you look at the standings in the league, is there much to separate
I think, 1 through 12, anybody can beat anybody. I mean, you see it all the time. I mean, home or away, you got to really come to play no matter where you're at. Anybody can be. I mean, you look around the country and you look at the scores and you look at certain teams, that are very good that get on losing streaks, or, teams upset all the time. I mean, it's college basketball, so anything can happen, and so you can't get too high and you can't get too low. You got to just come into each game and follow your game plan and try to play as hard as you can and get the win, regardless of the location of it.
How even is this conference that you've been?
I think our conference is, number one, much improved. I think it's well balanced. But if you look at, there's kind of a little bit of everything. You've got some teams have got great bigs, some guys that have great perimeter players. Overall, I think the league is as good as any league in the country.
Bob, if someone had told you would beat UCLA and Washington when you took over as interim head coach, what would you say?
I'd say, are you kidding me? It's guys, like I said, it's all about the players, and these guys are players. Players make plays, and all I'm trying to do is put them in the best position to do that. Give them some give them some freedom within the structure to go play, and just try to manage the game and manage the team. And my coaches, I'm going back to them because they've really, really stepped up and done a lot. When this whole transition happened 4 weeks ago, you really don't know what to expect. You're just kind of taking it day by day, and we still are. Taking it day by day. We're just fortunate right now to get 3 in a row, and we've got some momentum, and now we're going on the road where it's going to be a lot more difficult to try to win. But we're going to regroup and be ready to go.
Could you talk about your bench's development since you took over? It seems like they've been getting 19, 20 points a game recently.
Well, I told everybody that I want everybody to be ready to be able to step in and produce. You never know when you might get your opportunity, whether it's Ari Stewart stepping up, who, by the way, I don't know what happened. He got injured, and I think he's got to get an X-ray on his wrist or thumb. But guys like Ari Stewart coming off the bench would be great. You look at Chaz tonight coming off the bench, and just basically every day at practice trying to keep guys ready, to be able to step in. And like I said, every game presents different situations, and you never know who could come in. We've done a great job with our individual workouts with our guys and getting them better. And, guys are stepping up when they're getting opportunities.
Coach, did you purposely, Dwayne only played a handful of minutes in the first half, I think maybe 8. Did you purposely have him sit because he didn't get in foul trouble, and then you were able to have him the whole second half?
There wasn't really a reason. We put Omar in there, and Omar was really going. They were playing man at the time, and Omar was really going, so we kind of let Omar go a little bit longer. He was doing a great job of scoring on the block. And, necessarily there never is an exact reason why certain minutes go a certain way. It's just kind of the pace of the game. And Dwayne's done a great job of playing and not fouling. But Dwayne's been so productive in his minutes. I mean, he gets nine rebounds, 8 points. He's active. He's always around the ball, and he's in his he always maximizes minutes. But I would say Omar was very productive in the first half, so he probably took up some more of those minutes.
Pretty good.
Awesome.